So, the 2021 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 all-new touring adventure bike. Is it a hit or is it a miss? Well, in recent years, many feel Harley-Davidson has suffered from mismanagement. Now, some may argue the point, however, the severe downturn in their sales figures are much harder to dismiss. Many will feel that at long last, Harley are looking at genuine all-new machines that may reverse that trend. So Harley have looked for inspiration from the world's biggest selling large capacity motorcycle, the BMW R1250 GS. Now that's a bike with broad appeal from the affluent young to the cosseted old. For the last few years we've seen snippets of prototypes and test mules and rumours of a modern power plant. Well, now the Pan America has been launched and it will begin to hit dealerships throughout the summer. So without going into infinite details or debating in-depth opinion, let's see what they got right and what they could do better. Let's look at what can be improved. The Pan Am has no quick shifter, at a time when all its peers now have very slick up and down pro shifters. It has no heated seat, which is something standard on the Multistrada V4, R1250 GS and Tiger 1200, I believe. Its mirrors are very basic, they're very devoid of visual appeal, very similar to any run-of-the-mill Commuter 125 items. The screen adjuster is fiddly and the housing for the screen looks cheap compared with, say, the one-finger adjuster on the Ducati. Some will feel that if it wants to steal BMW GS sales, the omission of a shaft drive is an absolute deal breaker for them. And the aesthetics of the Headlight Assembly divides opinions on an otherwise pleasing yet utilitarian looking machine. So let's look at what they nailed. One massive pro is the fitment of hydraulic lifters, or in layman's terms, automatic valve adjustments requiring no servicing. And if you've ever paid for a service with valve adjustments, you know exactly what I mean. One USP that I myself broke to the YouTube world is the ability for the electronic rear preload to lower as the bike comes to a stop. Now this is a big deal to shorter riders, as I believe with the low seat in the low setting, the seat drops to below 800mm, which is very, very low for a full-size adventure bike. Now this feature is only available on the Pan Am 1250 Special model and will cost an additional $1,000, I believe, but well worth it and good for residual values. The engine is more akin to an Aprilia than a traditional Harley, with its liquid-cooled 60-degree V-twin pushing out 150 horsepower. And its lighting is powerful, and accessory spotlights have an off-road mode which is said to be too bright for road legal. Harley-Davidson have a vast global network and they have the largest dealer network in North America, so if you're stateside and you travel far, that's an absolute bonus. Lastly, is that headlight assembly again. If you're a pop band and you copy the generic template for a pop band, well, you just become another pop band. But if you do something strikingly different, then sure, you can alienate half of your audience and also attract many new admirers, whether they are genuinely attracted to the difference or whether they think it's just different enough to interest them. It would have been so easy for Harley to copy, say, the eagle head looking headlight and beak from the outgoing 1260 Multistrada and call their machine the Eagle because of, the Screaming Eagle parts heritage, and of course it's a symbol of America. And aesthetically speaking, few would argue it would certainly suit the rest of the bike. But then, it would be a Me Too product, wouldn't it? Harley has fitted something with squinting visual parallels to its own Road Glide and Fat Bob models. Its looks may alienate 50% of its intended target audience, but if it can garner interest from the other 50%, there's certainly a large slice of American pie right there. And I, for one, hope it is a huge success for them in the most competitive sector in motorcycling today.